Okay, so to perform these few extra tools that are available here, we will cover these six tools available. So before using these sketches, we have to create one sketch here. So we just try to create one rectangle and give some dimension to it. Do it like 300 and 250 here. So we will convert this sketch into sheet metal part. Give some thickness of this. The remaining pointer we are not going to change. That will keep it as it is. Okay. So this is our basic sheet metal. So H flange is basically what we will see here. So for H flange, basically whatever the edges we have for this sheet metal, we can extrude it along its edge. So select any one of the edge. If you see here, when we select the edge, it is asking about the direction by default. So just give random direction. I'm giving it upward direction. So if you see here closely, okay, so by default it is taking a radius of 3 mm. So you can change it from here. Just uncheck this option and change the radius. Radius is basically how when it is a fold, you can say when it is creating the edge line, it is creating some radius here at this corner. So that radius we have to put here. So if you see here, that is by default it is a 90-degree flange. You can change the angle from here itself. So if you give 135 or some other angle, it will bend at that angle. So like we just are going to create at 90 degree, and if you go here, this is flange length. So whatever the height it is going to, you can put it here. So I'm just making it of like 30 mm, and you can reverse the direction from here also, and you can change it from here also. Just click here, and in the direction will reverse. You can change from here also. Okay. So there are three options here. If you able to see here. Uh, these are basically how the length is measuring from where the length is measuring. So if you see here, the length is measuring from its bottom face, but at the mating point. If you see here, let's make a normal view of this. Just click on this and make it normal. Okay, we have to make it like this. Okay, so if you see closer, go more closer. Okay, so if you see here, this is the distance actually from the matting of this line and this line. Whatever the matting point, that distance will be count from that point only up to this end, up to this end. So there is second option also. The if you see here, the length is counting from the this face, this surface, or you can say from the upper surface, and here it is counting from the tangent of this arc. So whatever the tangent is striking on this face, or you can say in this bottom line of this curvature, that will the distance will be count. If you see that it is our 90-degree flange, so this one and this one must be same, because there is no difference, because the tangential point it is lying here, and the matting point is it is lying here. If you want to check the difference between this, what we have to do, we have to change the angle. So if we changing the angle, what will happening here? So if you see that for this arc, the tangent will lie somewhere here, and a meeting point of this outer edge and this outer edge will be lie somewhere here. So if you select this one, the distance will be measured from somewhere this point along this line. And if you select this one, the distance will be measured from somewhere here, because tangential point will lie here. So that's why if you select this one, this length is less because the point is shifted somewhere here, and for this one, the point is shifted towards this one. So this is basically you can check by changing the angle because at the 90-degree both are coinciding. That's why you are not able to see the difference between these two. And for this, it is you change the angle. This is basically measuring from this surface, top surface. So this is the difference between these three. And okay, for just sake, we are going to make it 90 degrees. And if you see the difference between these, okay. So what is this? This flange position is basically how the flange is going to create. Okay, so what is the first option? First option is basically the bend will be the outer face of that bend will be always the outer face of this our base plate. So the radius and whatever thing will be based on. Okay, so we make it normalized. Okay, so if you see the difference here, okay, what is showing material inside whatever the flange is created, just it will just create inside of this outer face. None of the material is going outside. So here are the some more options is the material outside, whatever it is created. The if you see here now it is creating from the this face. So whatever the material is generating, it is completely outside of this face. So if you see this is you can say it is mentioning bend outside whatever the whole amount of material or flange is generating from its end face. And if you see this one, this is what this is basically you can say the center point of this arc. The center point of this arc of curvature of outer side, it is lying on this face. And if you select the last one, it is tangential. As I told you that it is tangential toward this circle. That's why it is lying on this point. So it is this is how these all different kind of lens you can select based on your requirement, and you can also select some offset. If you see here, for few of them the offset is available, but for some of them it is not available. So if you click any one of these, you can click on the offset and you can give the distance also. Like if you want to 3 mm offset from the this end face, you can give it like 3 mm and it will give 3 mm offset. 5 mm you can give whatever the thickness what you want, you can give. So this is how our edge flanges work. So if you click OK, okay, so I'm just going to select here. So this is how our flange, this edge flange is created. So you can create multiple flanges at the same time. If you go to just edit this edge flange and select this edge also, this one and this one. Okay, so all edge flange of the same height and same bend radius will be created here. So if you see here, when we selected only one line, what is happening? This option is not available. This option indicating the gap between the two flange you have created. So whenever you select two edges, this option will appear here. So if you select these all the four edges, you will be able to see the gap between the two edges. That gap you can control from the here. If you want to make more gap or less gap, you can just put the value here. Like I want to make 2 mm gap and click OK. So this is how you can use your edge flange. So if you want to add any kind of material color, you can add here. So just click here. So this is how our edge flange works. So one thing you can also do, somehow if you have that performed one edge flange, you can perform subsequently another edge flange also. So I'm just going to select this edge and give some random distance, and you can control the distance from here. Like I'm giving it 35, and just going to select this outer edge, and for this one also. Okay, and the last one is this one. Okay, so this is how we uh, selected all the edges. So if you perform the same operation again, you can just select all the edges and give the details whatever you want. If you want to change the angle, like you want to hold it at out 40 degrees, so you can give and change the direction from here itself and click OK. So this is how our edge length is work. So if you just click on this flatten portion, so this is how your flattened plate will cut from the CNC machine or whatever the hand cutting machine. So this amount of sheet metal you require to fold the material into look like this. So thank you.